Voilà, je montre le processus du café aux étrangers ici en Colombia. L'italiano è una lingua molto veloce, facile da imparare.
Hello everyone, I'm here with my friend. He's a polyglot. I'm gonna introduce him. I'm gonna ask him a few questions about languages because, as I said, he's a polyglot. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, well, bro, could you tell us what your name is?
Okay, my name is Santiago. As you said, I'm a polyglot, and I'm glad to be here with you answering questions that eventually could help people watching this and listening to this interview.
That's awesome. Well, so the first question is what inspired you to start learning multiple languages?
Okay, well, I have a BA in English language teaching. So before that, I really liked English, and I saw other people, and I said it's gonna be awesome when I speak in English. So it was like when I was very little, it was my dream to speak in a different language. And I learned English at the university, and as part of my program, I had a chance to improve and learn. And yep. And after that, I had some classes of French, and I liked French, and then one thing led to another. First, I started learning English, then French, then Brazilian Portuguese, and last but not least, Italian. Although I still need to practice a little bit more.
You are always encouraging me to keep learning multiple languages. Here's coming the second question. So, how many languages do you speak fluently, and which one is the hardest to learn?
Currently, I speak 5 languages. Of course, Spanish it counts, and the hardest for me to learn, well, it was French because of the grammar, because of the pronunciation, intonation. Yeah, for now, I would say that that's the hardest to learn.
Okay, so let's keep going. What is your daily routine like when it comes to practicing each language?
Okay, it has to do with my learning style, if I have to put it like that way. And I am an auditory learner. That is to say, I learn better if I listen. So what I do is that every day I listen to interviews in the language I am learning. So now I'm watching a lot of videos in Italian to practice. And if I find, for example, words or something interesting about it, I would write down or I would type on my cell phone.
How do you keep each language sharp without confusing them with each other?
Basically, in my book, I say that you need to have control over the language you're learning. You have control over it. When I say control, it means that you feel very comfortable with the language you are speaking or learning. And when you feel comfortable, you have the control. And if you have the control over the language you speak, I mean, you feel great, you feel comfortable, you share your ideas, no pressure, you don't feel like stressed about it. When you have that kind of control over the language, then you can learn another language. Or as me, if you're a multilingual learner, you don't confuse the languages because you already control them. Let's put it that way.
Okay, didn't know that. It's actually so cool. Yeah, like I said, you are awesome, bro, because not everyone can speak multiple languages. What language learning methods have worked best for you?
It depends on every single person because every person has their style when it comes to practice or learn. But for me, actually, it has worked a lot to listen and to be prepared before you take a course or before you do something. It's like when you go, for example, somebody invites you to go to a swimming pool or to swim. But imagine that you don't know anything about swimming. So when you go to the swimming pool, you are going to feel like a little bad because your friends they swim and you don't swim. Actually, it would be different if, let's say, I invite you to go to a swimming pool and eventually you already know how to swim. So the experience is going to be different. And it's the same. So when you want to learn something, you should know at least the basics of that language or a little of that thing you are supposed to learn. When you do that, you will have more chances to advance and actually to learn, and you will feel better because you are not going to be lost.
This is a little bit funny, I guess. Have you had any memorable or funny experiences while speaking a foreign language?
Yes, yes, actually it's been really funny and fun every single time because I work as a tourist guide. So when you're a tourist guide, you encounter many people from different nationalities. It's very funny to interact with them, and most importantly because sometimes they are saying things that they think you don't understand, but actually you understand. So you're listening and you're understanding everything, and they're like, hey, he doesn't speak our language, but actually I do. And sometimes I tell them, and sometimes I don't. They feel a little embarrassed. And something really funny that happened to me once is that I went out to party with some friends like a couple of years ago, and we were at a nightclub. They were doing some kind of raffle, or well, not a raffle, but it was a competition. And they said, okay, somebody could come here, and we are going to do this competition, and it's going to be about dancing. So the person who comes here, and this person is going to dance, and if this person dances really well, this person will win a bottle of tequila, I guess. And I went there, and I was a little tipsy, so I went there and I said, I will win this bottle. So I started dancing, and it was crazy, like doing some Michael Jackson moves. It was funny. And at the end, I said, vocês, como vai você? O meu nome é Santiago, eu não sou da Colômbia, eu sou do Brasil. Muito obrigado. And the guy who was there, leading the competition, he said, okay, here in Colombia, we appreciate the foreigners, so we'll give the bottle to my friend from Brazil. So I was lying a little bit. I was lying, but that was funny because they believed that I actually was from a different country.
That was so cool, bro. I'm delighted to hear that. Thanks for answering those all of those questions. So to conclude this video, I would like you to speak a little bit in French, Italian, Portuguese, and also Spanish. And I know that Spanish is your mother language, but all this interview was in English. I would like to hear you speaking in all of those languages. So well, let's
Bueno,
try it.
bueno, muy bien. Entonces, yo soy Santiago, soy de Cali, soy políglota y pues he estado viviendo la mayor parte de mi vida en Pereira, en la región cafetera de Colombia, junto con otros municipios. Pero yo soy, pues como lo decía, soy de Cali y pues bueno, eso es en español. Ahora en French, voilà, moi je m'appelle Santiago, je viens de Colombie. En fait, je suis né à Cali, mais moi j'habite à Pereira. Et voilà, je travaille comme guide. Voilà, je montre le processus du café aux étrangers ici in Colombia. L'italiano è una lingua molto veloce, facile da imparare, ma non sono molto bravissimo per parlare in italiano. Adesso devo praticare di più, ma mi piace questa lingua. Eu falo português do Brasil, meu nome é Santiago, como eu falei. Gosto muito do português, porque o português é muito parecido ao espanhol. Quase 85, poderia dizer que quase 85% do vocabulário em espanhol é o vocabulário do português do Brasil. Então, acho que o melhor do português é o pior do português. O melhor é que é muito parecido ao espanhol. O pior é que é muito parecido ao espanhol. Entende? And I guess that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, bro, honestly, I didn't get anything. I gotta be honest, but you speak so cool. I would like to be a polyglot in the future, guys. If you also wanna learn, if you don't know how to speak any language, you could get started, and it's always good to learn a new foreign language. So, well, bro, thank you, Santiago, for being here. It was a pleasure for me to having you.
Thank you for having me, and I hope you get to learn. And because it's about learning, and learning is beautiful. And maybe in the future I could talk to you in different languages, and that would be awesome.